So season 2 of Fear the Walking Dead has come to an end, and the saddest part is, oh yeah, spoiler warning. Spoiler warning starting right now. The saddest part is not that Nick and Luciana may be done for, it's not that Chris died in such a tragic way, it's that this series got renewed for a 3rd season! Okay, I'm sorry. It's just that when you take a spin-off of one of my favorite TV series and turn it into this hot mess of rapid conflict resolution that gives really no time for drama to build, I believe my outburst is justified. So from now on I'll be referring to Fear the Walking Dead as Diet Walking Dead. None of the calories, none of the drama. And let's just break down the ending, what everything means, and what we can expect from Season 3. So what does the future hold for Travis, Madison, and Alicia? Will it be the old saying of the family that murders together stays together, as they start to truly embrace the Walker apocalypse? Or will the guilt of their actions lead to their impending death in Season 3? What will happen to Nick and Luciana at the hands of the militia border agents, as well as Ophelia? Don't these border agents know there's a zombie apocalypse going on? You had one job, but your job is over! And does this mean the show will take a political point of view on immigration? Was Alejandro justified in his lie about surviving an infected attack on his shoulder? And why does Strand stay at the hotel? And does that decision make him one of the only intelligent characters in this series? So let's begin. Travis, Madison, and Alicia have all joined the same I've murdered a living person club, but all of it justified. Madison admits to Travis that she killed Luciana in the wine cellar to protect her family, and possibly hints at something much deeper and much darker. Travis wrecked Derek and Brandon after they admitted to murdering Chris, which is kind of their fault because they let a minor drive. And Alicia killed Andreas because he is definitely not a brain surgeon and didn't know who else to blame. So knowing their only chance for survival is to stick together, they also head out looking for Nick to build their numbers. And they were so close to finding Nick in one of the stupidest ways possible. So let me explain. So they found an address on one of the 3 family members' bodies that were being interrogated at the supermarket from earlier in the season. Okay, so they were being interrogated because the Narcos wanted to know where La Colonia was. But okay, maybe the Narcos didn't check the family's pockets. Alright, so no matter what the address was on the ID that Travis found, how could Travis and Madison possibly know the location of La Colonia, since even the Narcos had a very hard time finding it? There's no Google Maps in the Walker Apocalypse. There's no weed maps in the Walker Apocalypse. What did they use? Zombie maps? Okay, but much like Season 2 was a search mission for Madison and Alicia to find Nick, it looks like Season 3 stories will be the same, only with Travis tagging along. And now these 3 have the necessary skill set to survive this apocalypse. But what about Nick, Luciana, and Ophelia? Do they have the skill set to survive at the hands of the militia border guards? And does this mean a political turn for Diet Walking Dead? So it was teased by writer Robert Kirkman that his explanation for these guards are that there are still small pockets of society that still exist in this world, so they are most likely former volunteer, just racist, bigot border patrol agents that are taking full advantage of the zombie apocalypse and still unfortunately shooting Mexican immigrants. But why would they choose to take Nick, Luciana, and Ophelia hostage rather than just kill them? Maybe just a bit of force of habit, they may just deport them across the border, but more likely is the guards will take them to their base of operation where Nick will either talk his way out of it, or Luciana will prove her militant skills useful, and Ophelia will just fuck another guy in a uniform to get out of the situation like our protagonists have done before. The only crazy thing that could happen is if they escape in the helicopter that Nick saw, like, "Go! Get to the chopper!" I may sound a bit cynical, but there were points in the season where it seemed like the show struggled to define itself. And now they're mixing in zombies with politics? Just seems like another obstacle I'm not sure fans will appreciate. I know one thing Luciana didn't appreciate was finding out that Alejandro lied the entire time about surviving an infected attack, with the gruesome scar on his shoulder as false proof. We find out he was actually bitten trying to help out a strung-out drug addict that Luciana thought wasn't infected. But was he justified in his reasoning and faith because it did build La Colonia into a small fortress? So in the short term, yes, he was justified, but in the long term, no. As they had never faced any sort of threat or attack prior, it just turns out that guns and muscle beat fate and belief every time in the zombie apocalypse. Smarts are also an advantage during the apocalypse, and it seems like Victor Strand is the only character that has any in this series, as he decides to stay behind at the hotel not to help Travis, Madison, and Alicia escape, but to save his own ass. The Rosarita Beach Hotel is still a fortress, they have plenty of people to defend it, and as Robert Kirkman confirms, this is not the last that we'll see of Victor Strand or the Rosarita Beach Hotel, as they will play an equally vital part in Season 3. So that's everything I have for the ending explained of Season 2 of Diet Walking Dead, and what to expect from Season 3. Be sure to comment below if you felt that I was being a little too harsh, or if you feel the same as I. Be sure to tell me what you're most excited for to see in Season 3, and while you're down there, be sure to like and subscribe as I'll be back with videos like this and more, and as always guys, this is 5 Fingers with the Finger Bang Show. I'm out.